mornings.
From the Rooney Moon Broadcasting Local News Center, I'm Kelsey Lorenz with your news as it happens. New Mexico will only receive limited federal help coping with the chemical contamination of underground water around Cannon Air Force Base. In a letter to the New Mexico governor, Environmental Protection Agency lawyers say their department can continue to provide some technical help but cannot participate in enforcement efforts aimed at the Department of Defense. They say laws prevent legal disputes between agencies in the same branch of government. New Mexico sued the Air Force in March, demanding more action to clean up the contamination, which has been found at or near other bases across the country. Tonight, in Portales, City Council will unveil the proposed 2019-2020 budget in a public hearing, giving the public a chance to comment and be heard. They will also be discussing the Officer Resource Program between Portales schools and the police department. Karen Trujillo has been relieved from her role as the state's public education secretary last night. In a statement, Governor Michelle Lujan Grisham said she removed Trujillo because her expectations were not met in a number of areas when it came to implementing sweeping education reforms. Trujillo told ABC7 that her firing came out of the blue and took her by surprise. Trujillo's dismissal comes nearly 6 months after her appointment as Cabinet Secretary for Public Education. New Mexico education officials and legislators were also under controversy when it came to how they were complying with the state judge's landmark ruling that the state was not meeting its constitutional requirement to provide an adequate education to all students. New Mexico will receive more than $2 million as a part of a settlement between Equifax and the U.S. government over a massive 2017 data breach. Attorney General Hector Balderas' office announced in a news release Monday that New Mexico residents are among consumers who will receive restitution. The $700 million settlement includes up to $425 million for consumers and $170 million for various states. The company will also extend credit monitoring services for 10 years for impacted consumers. The breach was one of the largest ever to threaten private information, including Social Security and other data on nearly 150 million people. The 2019-2020 kickoff days at Clovis High School begin in 1 week. Students, including choices in early college high school students, are encouraged to come out and get Chromebooks, ID cards, and parking passes for the upcoming school year. 2020 yearbooks will also be available for pre-order at a low introductory price of $65. School supply lists can also be found on the Clovis Municipal District website. The city of Clovis has announced the need for one representative from the hotel industry to serve on the Lodgers Tax Advisory Board. The Lodgers Tax Advisory Board meets every month at 5:30 p.m. on the first Tuesday to make recommendations to the Clovis City Commission regarding the disbursement of lodging tax for promotion of events in the community. They are also looking for one representative to serve on the Civic Center Policy Board. The board meets quarterly and makes recommendations to the Clovis City Commission regarding the Clovis Civic Center. Roosevelt County prevailed on an appeal filed in the New Mexico Court of Appeals on an employment case. The original lawsuit was filed by Eric Dixon, Esquire, on behalf of Keith Parrish and had been ongoing since August 2015. Previously, federal court Judge Browning granted Roosevelt County's motion for summary judgment, finding that Mr. Parrish was an exempt salaried supervisor and that he was not eligible for overtime pay. For more news as it happens, click yournewsnewmexico.com.